Morning, Hank. Morning, Saul.
Hi,
Good morning.
Saul, thank you for approving my minutes. And I made that correction in my copy anyway. I'm in the agenda.
Well, I saw it yesterday. I just didn't get around to letting you know till this morning.
Very good, thank you. I had found that name somewhere in emails that or something in the Zoom aspect. And I guess that's how it was misprinted. And I gather you got the correct spelling from Will's database. I haven't looked closely at that, but I presume that's where you found it.
I did, but I don't even know that maybe Will has it wrong. Maybe you're right. Who knows?
Oh, well, that is possible. Morning, Hank. Is that your Hawaiian background we see there now?
No, I'm not there yet. Another 2 weeks.
Oh, okay.
Does that look Hawaiian to you, Stan?
It's his office, and I what his office in one place looks like from the other place.
When you see it, when you see a shore with a palm tree, you'll know.
Well, that's an artificial back, so I can't trust that. But since he was showing his personal side, his office, I thought I might. Ah, well, such is life. Jumping to conclusions. I see Milfon has joined us.
I don't see the Hawaiian background.
I don't either. I see your office.
No, I mean, I'm talking about the availability of the palm trees in the background.
Yeah, you're looking in the Zoom app for your virtual backgrounds.
Yes. There used to be one there.
Yeah, it's one of the standard ones that are a video as opposed to a still image.
Saul, I got your note about the count.
Yeah.
And then I went back and looked, and unfortunately, I had used an earlier query and I had the wrong date in it. So turns out that there were like 12 ones from last year in there. And so I took those out and the number comes out to 44 correctly now.
Well, I'm just adding the 44 and the 9. That gives 53. But the membership list you sent out had 56 data rows. And I'm saying, why is there a 3-member difference?
Well, it's because I apparently used an old query that had the wrong date built into it. So it brought
So-
in it brought in last year's people.
So the membership list you sent out is the one that's not correct?
That's right. The
Okay.
correct number is 44.
Well, I'm trying to distinguish that from what I'll call your report, which is the summary with the numbers with the 44 on it. The
That's
44 and
correct.
yeah, that one's correct, right?
That's
So the
correct.
membership list that you sent out, you might want to resend out with the accurate members.
Well, all they have to do, there are like 12 additional members in there that last year's members, and they just have to ignore those, I guess, because they're last year.
But if you take 56 minus 12,
Well, there were more
that's
than
not going to
50.
equal 53
Well,
on
there
your
were more than
report.
50. There were more than 56 in there. There were, yeah, no,
Well-
56 minus 12 is 44.
Okay, so I guess it's your report that I don't understand. When you say 44 active, are you saying out of the 44, 9 of those are life?
Yes.
Maybe you could clarify that report.
Okay. You think the life are
I
additional?
thought that was an addition.
No, it's
I
not.
thought it was like active is paid and life is not paid or something like that.
No, active means people that are active, including life. Yeah.
Okay, clear as mud.
Okay, I'll clarify it.
See if you
I'll-
could clarify it.
Yeah, I'll clarify it.
Maybe just say total or something instead
Yeah,
of active.
okay.
I don't know.
All right.
I want to ask Hank about the new member standing behind him.
How do you know he's a member?
I want to know if he's paid his
That's true.
dues.
Yeah, he
He
joined a
might
long
be one
time
of the
ago.
life members.
Yeah, right.
No, he's a dead member. Who is that, Hank?
The ghost of members past.
Is that your
My new background?
Yeah.
grandfather?
No, that's me.
No.
When I played Black Bart,
Oh, okay.
you know, you must pay the rent. I can't pay the rent. You must pay the rent. I'll pay the rent. My hero.
Okay. Yeah. Back when you had hair all over the place.
No, that was made up for me. This was part of the Sounds of Aloha Barbershop Chorus spring show. And one of our members was a professional makeup artist. And he built that head of hair for me and the mustache.
Which you could then put on your bicycle afterwards. It was big enough.
I'll show you another one or two.
Should have kept the hair.
And everyone should have kept their youthful good looks, but it just doesn't happen.
There's the chorus.
Good group.
Used to be in fact, I was a member of the Sep Squad chorus here in San Diego many years ago.
You were?
Barbershop chorus, yeah.
That was a famous chorus in at certain times.
Yeah, I quit because it got to be way too professional. They were running for winning some national prize, and so
Yeah.
it got really messy. And I said, I don't need this. I want to have fun. I don't want to work hard.
There
think
I
they-
am as Captain Merciless.
Ah. Are you always cast as the bad guy or what?
Say what, David?
Are you always cast as the bad guy?
No, I was the good guy here. I was the captain of the Merciless Maiden.
Well, okay, Captain Merciless didn't sound like a great nickname for you.
Mm.
Yes, you are only merciless to your enemies.
There's no no Hawaiian. Well, wait a minute. All of these are stills. How do I shift from stills to videos?
Well, they would be in the same place if Zoom felt that your computer was capable of rendering them.
It used to be, there was no problem.
I agree.
Are you trying to are you trying to use a new video for your background?
He's just looking for the standard Zoom shoreline with the palm tree video virtual background, which is not showing up among the set he has.
Hmm.
That one, David. So we're just going to have to use our imagination.
I
I didn't realize that was a video. I thought it was a still shot.
No, it moves.
I see the palm trees waving.
You can't have palm fronds without swaying.
Yeah, true.
And the waves are waving also.
Yep.
Well, I see by the clock on the wall that it is the appointed time. And we do have a quorum. Therefore, I would like to call our meeting to order. The board meeting of the Senior Computers Group. So far, we have a few guests. Let's see, don't let me get wrong here. Paul Mack, Dan, Bobby, and Pat, Patricia, and I think everybody else is a board member, but Ross Malloy is a guest. Okay. If you don't mind, we'll move forward. If Alice agrees with my list of guests so far,
Yep, that's great. Thank you.
and address the minutes of the previous board meeting.
Did you want to do the agenda changes, if any, first?
Miriam?
I want to add something to new business. I got a bill from APCUG for our annual membership, and I think we need to pass a motion so I can pay it.
Okay, we'll take that up at treasurer's report under your
Okay.
time at the wheel.
Okay,
Okay, does anybody have any questions about the minutes? I forgot the agenda changes. I'll come back to that. Does anybody have any questions about the minutes? David, did you have a question?
No, I was just saying I had a look at them and would like to move that they be approved as presented in on the website there.
I'll second.
It's been moved by David and approved by Alice that we accept the minutes. All those in favor, aye.
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 All opposed? Any abstentions? Motion carries unanimously. Thank you. We'll step back to the agenda changes. Does anybody have anything they would like to add or correct to the agenda? Okay, we'll accept the agenda as submitted.
Stan?
I'm yes.
Sorry. Yeah, just Willie's last name, correction on the spelling.
Yes, Saul found that the name that I had on the agenda did not agree with the name that Will had submitted in his list. And so I presume that Will's was based on a membership application. And therefore I have accepted that change. And I have the spelling of his name now as Stevenson, Stevenson. I am sorry to say he is not present today to proceed with what we had hoped to do. I must admit I did not follow up with a personal invitation. So unless he shows up later, we may have to Well, we're at that item in the agenda. Alice, I would like your opinion. I had hoped to nominate Willie to fill the, to be on the ballot for Vice President for Public Relations. Since he's not here, I don't really feel I can do that. Maybe I can. Maybe we can do this in absentia.
As long-
Alex, do you have an opinion on that?
I was just gonna say, we approved the whole board, last month as it was presented without the VP. So at this point, I think the fact that you have nominated him, we can go forward and just approve him today.
Approve him as a nominee and then vote on the slate?
Yeah.
Absolutely, yeah.
And as long as he has a chance to decline the nomination, I think that would work. You can't.
Well, he has affirmed to myself and Alice that he would be willing to, to take that position for PR. Is that
And he
true?
actually mentioned that last month. He, we talked about it and he did say that he accepted.
Okay, or he would accept if nominated and.
Right. Okay.
I have a question.
Yes.
What does that position entail? Because the last holder of it, I think, was Louise.
Yes.
And the only thing Louise did was to put out the email invitation that we sent back in those days to all the members to come to the Wesley Palms.
And what happened was because Tom Sprague had always done so much as far as putting articles in the Union Tribune and that type of thing. And then once he was gone, there was just no need for her to do anything further. So she kind of just held the position, but didn't have any responsibilities.
Okay, and I'm wondering what Willie has agreed to.
If I may.
When,
I spoke to him about it, and he quite emphatically asked me, well, what are my duties? My wishy-washy answer is whatever you want them to be. The stress that I see in filling that position, that is that in the bylaws, it states that we need a PR VP. And that's my force in doing it. If he, he can come up with things, networking with different senior groups and all sorts of things, the duties of which to me are less important than the filling of the position, simply because it's a bylaw requirement.
I just think that we ought to urge him to do the things that Tom Sprague used to do.
Well, fine, let's get him elected first. So,
I will say, to answer Hank's question, that we have had after meetings on the Zoom here, Stan and I with Willie, and we have discussed this in the past because he has raised that question that you asked, and we have tried to answer it to the best of our ability.
Okay, if that's been covered by you and others, I'm sure you covered it from the Tom Sprague point of view. So I'm happy. I'm overjoyed, as a matter of fact.
Right.
well, I don't think Tom Sprague's name came up, but the duties were discussed. But as you could tell from my position, they were pretty vague.
Yeah, it sounds like, we need to have someone in the position, and, we can urge them to do things, but they will make their own list of what they're going to do.
Exactly, yes.
Yes.
Willie's a pretty smart guy. I think he'll figure,
Yeah.
with some suggestions from us, I think he'll figure out how to promote
Exactly, yeah.
senior computer group.
All right, let me move forward by, if I may, appoint Willie Stevenson to be on the slate for Vice President for Public Relations that we are about to vote on.
And I move that we accept that nomination.
I second it.
Okay.
Been moved and seconded by Alice and Will that Willie be on the slate of officers for public relations. Now then, we can move to election of officers for 2023. Alice, would you read the slate of officers that are in our slate that we're going to be voting on?
Okay, Stan Folis for president, Will Wakely vice president, Hank Drayton as VP programs, Alice King as actually, and going forward, it will be David McCall as secretary, Miriam Davis as treasurer, Ray Slater, Arlene, and then we'll have Willie as VP of publicity. And then the directors at large will be Alice King, Ray Slater, Arlene Way, Jim Fagashi, Saul Schumer. And actually, we have too many directors at large at this point. Oh, no, David McCall. I see David and I are just switching positions. I'm sorry. Do you want me to read the directors again? So it would be Ray Slater, Alice King, Arlene Way, Jim Fagashi, and Saul Schumer.
All right. Very good. Does everyone understand the motion? I would like to, and it's been moved and seconded that we vote on that. And I would like to call the vote for our 2023 slate of officers. All those approving yes to en masse approval, say yes. And raise your hand.
Yes.
Yes, yes.
All those opposed to the proposal? Any abstentions? Hearing none, the motion is carried unanimously. Thank you very much to everybody for continuing in their office. Moving forward, VP administration. Will, do you have anything to say on that, or do you want to continue it to membership?
Just move on to membership. I don't have anything other than to announce. Membership, I sent out to the board the count of active members, which is 44. And there was a question that whether that included life members, and the answer is yes, they're active. I'll try to make that clear in the future, that the active does include 9 life members. Are there any questions? I can show it on, if I can share a screen, I can show that.
Lean has her hand up.
This month.
Say again?
There was one new member this month since your last report, as I remember.
Yeah, that's Willie.
Oh, that's Willie.
Stevens,
Okay.
Willie Stevenson, correct.
Thank you.
Okay.
Arlene?
Yes, I noticed that you do not have a phone number for me. Would you like it now?
Yes, I would. Thank you.
619-223-3062.
Okay, thank you.
I have one question of Will. Did you get the spelling of Willie's last name from an application?
I believe I did. Stevenson, correct, is the number, is the
Okay,
name
that's
I have.
what I had before, and I got it something from the Zoom. I forget how I got the name, but
I have
accept-
the same spelling that Will has as an email address, and I probably got that from Willie originally.
That's gotta be
Okay.
good.
It got recorded in my contact list for my email program.
Yeah,
Is that email address good?
Is it what?
Is it good? Does he get the emails?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's weird.
why,
No,
why is
the
it weird?
email-
Well,
The
okay.
email has his correct spelling, Stuart Stevenson. I had an incorrect spelling of his name. Even though I trust that I had the right email address. Let me look at
Miriam, Miriam, to answer your question, see, it was only, Stan was the only one that had it incorrect. The others are all correct.
I think maybe I picked it up from Stan.
Yeah.
So I need to correct mine. His actually ends with Stevenson.
Well, Miriam, the distinction here is just pronunciation here. It's PH instead of a V in his name, in Stevenson. He spells it with a PH. Stan had it on the agenda as with a V.
So do I.
Okay, and
So do
none
I.
of those look like the name that I have. I have something with a dent in it.
I think the V is correct.
Yes, that's what I have. STEVEN.
But Will, on the membership list that you sent out yesterday, it has PH in it.
Yeah,
It does?
it
Check your
does.
database.
Yeah, I'm looking at it right now.
Oh, okay, well, we need to clarify as to which is correct.
Explained his absence from the meeting today because he may not have gotten the email. I gotta see what I had. I'm checking on that now.
Well, I think the email address must be correct that Hank has been sending and receiving from him.
Right, because he's been on the other meetings. Yeah, I agree.
But
And
the-
Hank, yours is with the PH or with the V?
Just
well,
hold on a minute, everybody. I'm searching. Yeah. Here are. Yeah, I'm looking at an email from Willie to me, and he signs it at the bottom with the STEVENSON.
Then that's got to be correct. Yeah,
So that's it.
yeah.
You can quit arguing.
So apparently it was incorrect in the membership list that Will sent out yesterday.
yeah,
Okay,
Yeah, I'll
you
check
can
that.
fix that.
yes, sir.
I
It still
suggest
says,
we move on.
Correct.
I must admit, the email address I used just recently has a completely different name. It has Denton, DEN.
That's the one.
Let me
Who's
share
that?
screen.
in the database, it says it's got an email of williefixedit@gmail. Which does not give us any clues as to how to spell his last name.
Maybe we could move on and somebody could clarify it and then just announce it next time.
Yeah. I'm
Can
in
you
charge
see-
of membership. I'll get it straightened out.
This is
And
the
there's
list
the
of
wrong
email
one at the bottom that I used because I got it from Hank or from Stan. I don't know
is
who
it-
that is.
I don't know who that is. Yeah.
I assumed it was Willie, but I don't know where that came. I know where I got it from, but I will correct it.
There, I don't know where the dent.
I'm afraid all right, we're gonna have to move on. That may explain Lily's absence today. Where are we on the agenda?
Programs,
Were you ready for Vice President's programs? Programs report.
Okay. Hank, you're up.
I don't have anything much to report about programs, except that I'm getting close to the bottom of the barrel on that section, on that session that we had where people suggested subjects. I still have a commitment from Will Wakely, but not a date for the subject that he agreed to present on, which I think was one
Clipmate,
of the clipboard, right? Clipmate?
Clipmate, yes. I
Okay,
can do that next week if you want.
that would help lots.
Okay.
Okay, we're on.
and
I
Hank,
have to report is that I corrected my list of people that I send this invitation out to based on Will's latest list, and it was very depressing because I had a lot of names that I needed to take off the old list. And it was due to departure, shall we say.
Mhm.
End of report.
And Hank,
Okay, thank you. David, you have a question?
yeah, I was just gonna tell Hank, last week I sort of volunteered to give a bit of a travel log if people were interested in hearing about my trip to Australia and New Zealand, and you're free to schedule that whenever you need a filler.
2 weeks from today, and would you send me a short email just with the kind of description of, five words or thereabouts that I ought to put in the announcement?
Will do.
Thank you.
Before we leave programs report, Hank, are you maintaining the mail forwarder of Director 2, something at SCG? I'm remiss in using the email forwarder to the board. And I've been including emails in my message that I consider the board to be, as you all should be aware of. Is there an email forwarder that is kept accurate for the board, SCG board?
I made one, but it did not include the at-large members. I made it after the election last year.
Well, I consider the at-large members board, and if you just want to send something to the board, and anyway, I just use a list, and it turns out my list may have been inaccurate because I had the wrong name for Willie. So anyway, I would use a mail forwarder if I had confidence in it, and since it doesn't include directors at large, I don't have confidence in it. Moving forward, treasurer's report, Miriam.
Yes, we had absolutely no activity this past month. I sent everybody a cash flow that showed nothing. And the balance remains at $4,836.24. I did receive a bill via email from Judy Taylor for APCUG for $50. And I don't know if I have to have permission and a vote to pay it, but I'm bringing it up so that in case I do, we can take care of that.
That's an annual fee.
An annual fee, right?
Why don't we vote it just to be sure? No
Yeah.
problem. Take 2
I think
minutes.
that's appropriate to vote on that.
I move that we accept the payment of $50 to APCUG.
I second it.
It's been moved and seconded by Alice and Will to authorize the payment of $50 to APCUG. Okay, anything else, Marion?
No, don't we want to vote on it?
Yeah, you have to actually do the vote.
We have to actually vote.
I sounded so officious, I thought I was official. All those in favor of the motion, aye.
Aye.
Yes,
Aye.
please.
Opposed? Abstain? Hank, did I see an opposition vote?
No, you saw a late, yet you saw a
Okay.
aye.
All right, the motion is approved unanimously. Thank you,
Okay, I'll
Marion.
pay the bill.
Okay, moving forward.
I had a question. I've lost the question. Wait a minute. Oh, yeah. Did Willie's dues come in, Miriam?
I have not, as I said, there was no activity in the month of October, so I have not
And
received
it
them.
didn't show up in September?
In September, it might have. I can't.
I thought he paid in September, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think I had one in September.
Yeah,
but
I think that was his.
Ask Miriam to go back and check and
I can check that right now.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was listed on the membership list that Will sent out yesterday,
Right.
so he
Yeah.
must have paid.
Yeah, hold
Right.
on just a second. I can,
And that's why
And I don't get the names.
no, but I owe, anytime we get a payment by PayPal, we get an email from PayPal and it does have the name and I send you a copy.
I know you do, but I don't work at keeping that straight.
okay, I have the information that he paid on October 8th,
Oh, so it's,
$15 by PayPal.
well, and I should have gotten it if it was October 8th, but
Exactly. That's why I
as I
brought
say,
this
I
up.
got nothing from PayPal or
Okay.
anyone. There was no activity.
I suggest that
October.
Will and Miriam talk to each other after the meeting and find out what happened to the 50.
Exactly.
Yeah, I have, interesting. I have his name spelled with a PH instead of a V. And I also have his email as Willie Fix Edit.
Fix it. Yeah.
Willie Fix Edit at Gmail. Is that the email you have, Hank?
I think it's a past tense of the word fix. Fixed it.
Yeah. Maybe we could move on and somebody could just call Willie.
Oh
and
yeah,
straighten
fixed
out.
it. You're correct. Yeah, okay. Anyway, if that's not his correct email, I need somebody to tell me what it is.
Will, I have sent you an email, which is a forward of something he sent me with his email address and his name on it.
Okay.
And I think the easiest solution would be to somebody to pick up this old invention of a telephone and ask him what it is, or send him a text.
We don't
Mhm.
need to. Just read my email. I've sent it to Stan and Will and okay.
Perhaps we could move on.
Right.
Yeah, when did you do that?
Saul has his hand up.
I just wanted to ask for on the PayPal account, where does the email from PayPal go to? Who does it go to?
Goes to me.
And just you, is
The
that correct?
PayPal account.
So it would be up to you to forward it to Miriam.
And he does, but I don't make it part of the treasurer's job to keep track of the people's names.
He sends it to me also, and I do enter it into the database.
Thank you.
I got one other question about PayPal. When was the last time you received any money from PayPal from members who purchased from PayPal and have SCG as their group of for Smile account to receive benefits?
If
I didn't understand that.
Stan, I think the Smile account pays like quarterly. Does that sound about
okay.
right, Miriam?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Yeah, because I've spent a lot of money with Amazon. We ought to be getting a little bit of money, I would think again.
Amazon, yeah, my apologies. It's not PayPal. All right. Moving forward, we are done with that, right? Have we
Right.
accepted the
I think.
report?
We're ready for new old business, if there is any.
Anybody have old business?
None.
All right, moving forward, new business. All right, we're down to directors at large comment. Ray Slater, would you like to contribute? Ray,
He's asleep.
He's asleep.
He's
okay, we're moving on to Arlene.
No, I have nothing new to tell you.
I think Ray is napping.
Okay, David is our new secretary. Do you have any comments?
Well, I will be producing my version of the minutes, and Alice and I can confer to make sure that we are agreed on that, and then we'll send one to get published at the website then.
All
And
right,
That actually starts in January, but I'm not going to be
Yeah.
available next month. So anyway, David and I will work that out.
David, are you using the transcript?
David, just so you know, when you send out the first version of the minutes, I assume that that is correct, and I then put that version on the website. If you send out a second version, I'll correct the what is on the website.
Yeah, that's what I figured. It's fine.
Okay, but I thought Alice and I will have a private conversation before we send you anything.
That's right, yeah.
David, are you using the transcript for any purpose on your secretarial duties?
Since this is my first round at it, I haven't used it yet. I hopefully, if Alice and I are in sync enough, I will use my scribbled notes that I'm making during the meeting.
Now, this is interesting because officially he doesn't become a treasurer until December 1st, but January 1st, but I would be more than happy to turn it over at any time.
Yeah, I'm, secretary in training right now.
That's right, exactly. We'll work it out. Thanks, David.
Okay, very good. Thank you.
Jim's
Jim-
not here.
Jim isn't here. I don't see him. And Saul is director at large. Any other comments, Saul?
No, it's just apparently from our earlier discussion with Will, the membership list he sent out yesterday had more people on it than it should have. And I would suggest he reissue it with the accurate people.
I'll do that.
Thank you.
Yeah, given that.
Next
reported-
meeting,
Yeah, I just, given that you reported 44 members and I see at least 57 rows in that spreadsheet.
Yeah.
There's some-
Yeah, there were some 2020, there were some last year members on that list and should not have been there.
Good enough.
okay, very good. And next meeting, December 10th. Same place, same time. And I declare the meeting adjourned. Thank you all for being here. I turn the meeting over to Hank and Will for Q&A, and Joan Edwards is up here. Paul Mack is here. Dan and Pat.
Hands or cues. Nobody had any problems.
We'll give them a chance.
Go home to.
Well, I'm still trying to get into my computer, so yeah, there's a problem, but it's kind of a major one, so it's okay. I'll have to call Apple, I think.
David,
Somehow it opened up in test.
I was just gonna say to Hank that you had recommended something called Camtasia for doing the video editing. I went to their website and I downloaded and I have a trial edition, but I was surprised that the licensed edition is about $300. Is that consistent with your experience?
yes,
Okay.
and I have two mini seminars on my website, which I probably will show sometime in the next month or so on Camtasia 6.
Okay, because I was just, for us people that do it or are thinking about doing it, $300 is a bit of an entry fee to try something out. I know we've got like 60 days to play with this, but I don't want to get good on a tool that I don't want to buy.
Hank, as I recall, that copy of Camtasia belongs to Senior Computer Group, does it not?
Yes, it does.
Mhm.
Or, well, I
So-
don't know. I got it from you, and I don't know who it belongs to. And
I think it does belong to the
it was not better
club.
discuss that on this open forum.
I don't know how we can share it with other people, though. There may be a
No,
way to
no,
do that.
I was just wondering if there were other, free or less expensive tools that do the same kind of
Yes,
thing.
there is one, and I can't think. It's called Jing, Jing. Google that.
Okay, JIN.
Jing, and I think you will find that that's free.
Okay, because I'd like to play with it, but I don't want to spend time learning something that I am going to be reluctant to pay for to use a few times.
Right. Saul?
So this is not specifically computer related, but in case anybody's interested, the city of San Diego, a week from today, Saturday, November 19th, from 9 to 1 in Balboa Park, is having a drop off of household waste stuff. So you can, if you got batteries or fluorescent tubes, things like that, then it's at Park Boulevard and President's Way. And you can just, I think it's just a drive through. That's what they've done in the past. If you want to get rid of some old stuff.
Our homeowners association is doing the same thing next Saturday. That's interesting.
What was the date again?
19th.
Yeah, it's a week from today.
Okay.
Well, not seeing any more hands. I will turn it over to Saul and leave the meeting.
Was Willie supposed to be doing something with us today, or was that, did I mishear that?
Willie?
Yeah. Was.
No, he just is not here.
Mhm.
I didn't know that he was scheduled to do anything.
Oh, okay. It sounded earlier that you were expecting him to be here, and I thought maybe he was going to present something.